Hey guys, welcome back to the shop, and today I'm going to be building Harley Quinn's hammer for my friend Taylor. To start with, I'm going to take this 2x4, it's 8 feet long, and I'm going to chop it down to 20 inches. Now I need to resaw all 4 of these boards on the table saw. And I'm going to have to make multiple passes and flip the board upside down and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to take this red mark crown thing and mark on the side that is going to be riding along the fence. That way I consistently cut on the same side. And I've set the blade halfway in the middle of the 2x4, so now I'm going to get cutting. So my table saw and I apparently disagree on what the definition of the word middle means. To make the faces of the barrel that's going to be the hammer, I'm taking this roughly 3/4 inch plywood and a bucket. I'm going to trace around the bucket, then cut it out, probably with the jigsaw. Now to attach the face of the hammer to the planks that go around it, I'm going to take a few of these scrap pieces and cut them down to 2 inches so that I can stand them upright, tack them from the outside, and that'll give me something that the face can butt up against, and you know, better gluing surfaces and all that fun stuff. Alright, so here I've set up a very crude stop block on the chop saw so that I can cut the scrap wood to roughly 2-inch sections. Alright, so I went ahead and made this really simple jig. Basically, I can take any of these planks and then this jig to set it on there so that I know where to glue the spacer in. Now this middle part right here is this from the same board that the faces of the hammer are, so everything should fit pretty well. Alright, so I didn't find an easier way to do this. I use my bench as the leveling thing, and then take a spring clamp, hold that down on there. It's nice and flush right there. Take one of the boards, a little bit of glue just on the stop thing, and push it back and forth just a little bit to kind of get the glue to smear around. Boom. Alright, so here are all of the sides, and over here is the faces, and that's going to make up the bulk of the hammer. I have no idea how long this took me, but I would say like 3 or 4 songs on the radio, however long that is. Alright, now I wasn't recording when I attached these pieces together because I wasn't really sure how that was going to work. But I think it worked pretty well, actually. What I did was I put glue all in here, put it on the bottom, put one nail in kind of near the edge. That way I can kind of wiggle it around to get it as close to the other ones as possible. And now that I have 4 of them in, I went ahead and put the top panel on to try to like hold everything together and kind of see what it's going to look like. It's really not that heavy, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to start swinging this around when it's finished. Alright, now as I was putting the sides on here, I realized that at some point I'm going to have to drill a hole through it so that I can add the handle. Now I started thinking that since this is only about 3/4 of an inch, that's not really, I would not consider that sufficient enough structurally. So what I've done is I've cut some scrap pieces of 2x4 here in hopes that this will help. These 3 all have holes in them that all line up so that the handle we'll go through all 3 of them. Then, so it doesn't stick out the side, I'm going to screw this one on. And then to take up extra bulk, I'm going to use this block here and basically sandwich that in here. It's the best idea I could come up with. So I didn't film any of that because I was just coming up with it as I went. So now I'm going to go ahead and mark out where I need to drill a hole in this board, drill it obviously, and then start attaching this stuff into here. Ah, that hurt. Now for the fun part. Alright, now I'm not a huge DC fan, but this is a pretty awesome hammer. I'm 6'1", and this is pretty big, so this will be fun for Taylor to swing around. But I should probably finish the backside now. I knew buying one of these jack clamps from Harbor Freight was going to come in handy at some point. Holy crap, this is a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. So my hope is that a 5'5", maybe less, girl is going to be able to, you know, one-hand this as she swings it around a Halloween party. So now I need to paint it. So I wasn't happy with all the gaps that were in the face of the hammer, so I took some scrap pieces of wood and tried gluing them in there with the thought that I'll just go in afterwards and sand it down and put some wood filler in, and that wasn't really working well for me. So I found a piece of hardboard and put some nails in it, glued it down, and took a router to the side. So I'm going to do that to the other side, and then, you know, wood filler everything, and then paint. Now that I have it painted, I need to add the detail. Alright, I'm really not good at painting, so let's see how this turned out. Well, this is the side with the diamonds on it. I went ahead and touched it up a bit. That looks a lot better. Alright, I'm not quite done yet. I've got one more thing to do. There are 10 faces on the barrel, and over here there's 10 bolts and some super glue. So I'm going to be using that to make the silver bands look like bands of metal, and then make the bolts look like rivets in it. Well guys, I hope you like the hammer. Unfortunately I won't be able to keep this, but it's going to a good home. And here are some of the better details. Got the diamond on the front. On the other side, your face here, because, you know, you're going to hit people in the face with it apparently. Got these little things that are supposed to look like rivets. I don't know if anybody else sees that. So with that, I get to go deliver this hammer. See you guys next time.